Good evening and welcome to the Channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5.
That is the spirit of Nepean behind me right there. Thank you.
Mark Carney's Liberal Party has won the Canadian election in a remarkable turnaround for the centre-left party.
Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready to stand up for Canada with me?
In his victory speech, Carney told supporters President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That will never happen. It remains too close to call whether he will secure a majority in Parliament. If not, he will have to rely on other parties to govern. Defeated Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, until recently expected to become the next Prime Minister, is projected to lose his seat. The Liberal Party were well behind in the polls just 3 months ago, before Carney replaced Justin Trudeau as leader and before US President Donald Trump upended relations and became the defining issue of the campaign with his threats to make Canada the 51st state.
The coming days and months will be challenging, and they will call for some sacrifices. But we will share those sacrifices by supporting our workers and our businesses. And now, in the face of this crisis, united, we are buying Canadian. We are exploring everything this country has to offer. We are supporting our friends and neighbors in the crosshairs of President Trump through a crisis that we did not create. And above all, we will build an independent future for our great country. A future that makes the greatest country on the earth even better. Together, we will build a Canada worthy of our values. We will build Canada strong, Canada free, Canada forever. Vive le Canada. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Spanish power company Red Electrica has ruled out a cyber attack as the cause of Monday's mass blackouts that left millions without power. Electric grids suffered 2 disconnected events. Systems recovered from the first, but the second triggered the power cuts in Spain and Portugal with no indication of human error. The Portuguese government has also ruled out a cyber attack being the cause. Power has been restored in both countries, but transport is still in chaos, with flights and trains reporting delays. Iran's interior minister has said negligence was a factor in the massive explosion and fire at the country's largest container port, as the death toll rose to at least 70. Here, footage filmed by a driver showing the moment the massive blast shook the Shahid Raji port on Saturday morning near the southern Iranian city of Bandar Abbas.
We are committed to doing everything in our power.
Iskander Momeni said Saturday's blast at the port, which also injured more than 1,000 people, was caused by shortcomings, including non-compliance with safety precautions and negligence. The crisis management director for the province says that firefighting efforts at the port were almost in its final stages. The US Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has hailed Donald Trump's first 100 days in office as the most historic start of any president, as well as praising Trump's economic achievements, including what she said amounted to hundreds of billions of dollars saved in government spending. Leavitt defended the tariffs Trump's administration had placed on countries around the world, 145% on Chinese goods and 10% on goods from the majority of other countries.
Today officially marks 100 days of promises made and promises kept by President Trump. This has truly been the most historic start to a presidency in American history. After building the greatest economy in the world in his first term as president, President Trump is in the process of doing that all over again.
2 men accused of chopping down the famous Sycamore Gap tree in the United Kingdom kept a wedge as a trophy in a felling that prosecutors described as a moronic mission. The tree had stood for more than 100 years in a dip on Hadrian's Wall in Northumberland before it was cut down overnight on the 27th of September 2023. Daniel Michael Graham from Carlisle and Adam Carruthers from Wigan each deny 2 counts of criminal damage relating to the tree and the Roman wall.
An explosion sound that I can't even describe it to you.
And extraordinary footage has emerged of a powerboat flipping several times before splashing down in Arizona's Lake Havasu. Freedom One Racing, the boat's builder, said that both drivers were treated in hospital, released, and are recovering well, though still a little sore.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel's studios in Lagos.